WWE 205 Live Results, October 10, 2017. How would Enzo Amore address his Cruiserweight title loss from Raw? Enzo Amore's run as 205 Live's top dog is officially over. His reign may be the shortest in that bout's young history, but he's hoping that his time in the limelight is far from over. After losing the title one day prior on Raw, his response to that defeat was an unexpectedly crucial part of this episode and carried into the night's main event. The show opened up with a recap of the Cruiserweight title change on Raw. Amore defended his championship against Kalisto in the main event of Raw, a match that was originally supposed to happen at TLC. Mustafa Ali was the Lumberjack most responsible for spoiling Amore's chances in that bout. After a top rope Salida Del Sol, Kalisto became the new Cruiserweight Champion. Before diving headstrong into this recap, it should be noted that rumors are running rampant that Neville may be done with WWE. This is all still speculation, but there was no mention of him whatsoever on 205 Live or on Raw the day before. The truth will eventually come out, but if he is gone, he should be commended for what he has done for this show during 2017. Announcers Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph stated at the show's start that Kalisto was to make an appearance. Also, TJP and Rich Swann competed in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Number 1 Enzo interrupted Kalisto's in-ring interview. Renee Young welcomed Kalisto inside the ring for an interview. Renee congratulated him on his title win. Kalisto stated that this was the first time since the Cruiserweight Classic that a luchador was the Cruiserweight Champion. He also celebrated that his win happened on the late Eddie Guerrero's birthday. Unlike Enzo, he plans to bring the respect to the title that it deserves. Enzo's music hit, and he came out and was joined by Rhea Daivari. Amore stated that he was the life of the party and Rhea agreed. Even though Kalisto is the champion, Amore said that this is still the Zo show. He bragged about main eventing Raw 3 weeks in a row and called his peers loserweights. Enzo blamed his loss on being unprepared for a defense and also on Mustafa Ali's involvement. He called Kalisto a hypocrite for having to lie, cheat, and steal to win. Amore said he made that title look sexy. He swore that at TLC, he was going to take it back. Both Daivari and Enzo came into the ring to attack Kalisto. Mustafa Ali came down to help the Cruiserweight champ and they chased the bad guys away. Number 2 Rich Swann vs TJP, 2 out of 3 falls match. As Rich Swann made his way to the ring first, a recap was shown of the events that lead to this match. 3 weeks ago, TJP ripped a dreadlock out of Swann's head in a sneak attack. 2 weeks ago, Swann attacked Perkins face-to-face inside the ring. Back inside the ring, Rich had a microphone and said that this match came with a price. That price was their friendship. When it was all to be said and done, there will be no forgiveness. TJP came out next, and before he made it to the ring, Swann performed an insane somersault plancha over the top rope onto him. TJP gained control as they brawled and took the action back inside. The refs stood them up and officially began the contest. TJP took him back outside and slammed Swann's head into the announce table. He followed that up with an impressive press slam that drove Rich's face into the ring post. Back in the ring, TJP tried to lock in a kneebar, but Swann bridged backwards and caught him with the first pinfall. That was a quick but creative fall. Winner of the first fall, Rich Swann. Number 3 Rich Swann vs TJP, 2 out of 3 falls match count. TJP regained the control early into the second part of this match. He hit Swann with a dropkick, but carelessly celebrated in the corner after. This left him open for a dropkick receipt that sent him reeling. He regained control with a springing forearm smash, then slowed the pace down with a straightjacket submission against Swann. Rich battled out of the holds and failed with a succession of pinfall attempts. TJP locked in a cloverleaf submission, but Swann grabbed the bottom rope to break it up. TJP threatened a detonation kick, but Swann reversed it into a tiger driver attempt. TJP then reversed that into a spiking facebuster, but was later taken out with a spinning crescent kick. The wrestling is really good in this one. Swann connected again with a tiger driver shortly after, but narrowly missed out on earning the second fall. Swann was able to take TJP off the ropes with a standing hurricane rana off the second turnbuckle. A few moments later, TJP took out Swan on the apron with a dropkick. Swan stopped the springboard attack with a roundhouse kick. TJP used a detonation kick setup to instead drop Rich into a kneebar in the middle of the ring. Rich made it to the bottom rope to break the hold, but the damage had been down to his leg. Swan dropped TJP with a Falcon Arrow, then hit a wild handspring Phoenix Splash of sorts. He then hit a proper Phoenix Splash off the top rope. He covered TJP and scored the second fall. Astonishingly, he won this 2 out of 3 falls on merely the second fall. That doesn't happen very often. Result: Rich Swann won the second in the match. Rich celebrated his win. As he walked to the back, the announcers speculated on what might be next for TJP. This did feel like a moment of putting an opponent over huge before leaving the territory. Number 4. Drew Gulak is woke. Enzo Amore and Maria Daivari were chatting backstage and Enzo called Kalisto a dirtbag. He also called Mustafa Ali a dirtbag. Amore used more Lion King references to hype up their upcoming match. Drew Gulak appeared, saying that he felt their pain. Drew found it commendable that Amore stuck to his values and said that he couldn't stand Kalisto as the champion. He disliked that the champ both dressed like a goof and jumped around the ring with reckless abandon. Worst of all, Gulak hated his lucha chants. Drew related to Enzo by explaining that just like him, he was woke. That didn't make much sense, but it was funny because Drew's delivery is always great. Both Amore and Daivari were taken aback by the encounter. Number 5. Mustafa Ali.